I'm going on the room and buying exactly the same thing of everything you
Sure.
Howdy folks, it is Sunday, October 13th, 2:45 p.m. is the time, and the temperature outside I think is about 11 or 12 degrees Celsius. We'll wait for this noisy train to depart. This is Castle Frank Station, and that was a look at one of the elevators being installed here as part of the accessibility project, or I guess easier access project, scheduled completion 2024. I was just over in the East End at the Momo House having lunch with some friends on Danforth Avenue. And I thought what I would do is hop off here and record a walk through the affluent Rosedale neighborhood. We'll go from Castle Frank Station here to Rosedale Station, or possibly Summer Hill Station. It is fall and the leaves have started to change colors. Elevator's not yet in service. This here is Bloor Street. So we are here. And we're going to be heading down into Rosedale. I'm not sure where. Maybe we'll take Castle Frank Road all the way around. I don't know if I've done that before. And Castle Frank continues on that side. It's quite a nice street south of Bloor. Well, it is north of Bloor as well. Depending on which source you consult, this may be listed anywhere from the 1st to the 5th richest neighborhood in the city of Toronto. It's probably not the best time to take in fall colors, but it is a time. I just felt like going for a quieter walk today. Although it's certainly tempting to go that way. Look how nice that street looks. And that's the Bloor Viaduct straight ahead. And a lot of people will tell you this is where a lot of the old money is in Toronto. As we head north on Castle Frank. About a month and a half ago, I did a video through the Bridle Path neighborhood. That's the one where Drake lives and a number of other notable people have lived there. And that one is full of a lot of almost tacky modern mansions. Private road, no unauthorized entry. Or parking, use at your own risk. All right. Drumsnab Road. I imagine in a few weeks these leaves will be quite nice to look at. I don't really have a route in mind. I just wanted to start at Castle Frank and finish up at either Rosedale Station or Summerhill. Man, these are gorgeous homes, and it's amazing how close they are to downtown and a subway station. Castle Frank is on line 2. That one is stunning. Maybe if we see a for sale sign, I can look up what it's going for. But historically, this is built around the former estate of William Botsford Jarvis. He was a sheriff in the city of York, now Toronto. And I think it was his wife who coined the name Rosedale after all the wild roses that were growing in the area. It's been home to Toronto's elite since the 19th century. And it's still one of the most affluent neighborhoods to this day. Interestingly, preceding Rosedale, a lot of the wealth was just south of Bloor in the upper Jarvis neighborhood. And you can see that in a lot of the old manors there, like the Keg Mansion. I wonder what the story is of this apartment. I guess they didn't have NIMBYs back in the 60s. On that home. Certainly looks quite grand. All right, if I go right here, we'll still be on Castle Frank Road. Oh, look at that. We've got a electric FedEx vehicle whizzing by like it's the future. And a really old tractor. No doubt that's used as an art piece. It's not often you see a brick wall like that fronting a property. This neighborhood has quite the architectural diversity. See a lot of Edwardian, Victorian, and Georgian style homes. And there's a park straight ahead, the Craigley Gardens. And that'll link you down to a ravine through the Yellow Creek, but sadly, access just north of here is blocked off due to a reconstruction project in the ravine. So you wouldn't be able to go too far. Look at this monster estate. More ordinary row homes here. That's got to be one of the most expensive properties we've walked by so far. This area is rich in nature. It's known for its ravines. It's bordered by the Rosedale Valley and Moore Park Ravine. That really contributes to this secluded feel, despite literally being right next to downtown. And now Elm Avenue begins. I did have friends who once rented a basement in a home here. They were on Roxborough. They said sometimes they'd see Geddy Lee of Rush out walking his dog. They also said, just be careful. There's a lot of luxury SUVs just blowing through stop signs. I think I mentioned that in a previous video. Oh, I should have kept the camera straight. And this looks like a restoration project. Can I get my camera through there? But we still haven't seen any for sale signs. There was a house on Chestnut Park once. I recorded in a video that was going for $16.5 million. I wonder what the rent in an apartment building like this is. You don't have the best transit access. There's a bus that kind of winds its way around here. And this is South Drive to the right, which kind of goes in a big circle and loops around the area. And I think there's an entrance to the ravine just straight ahead. Oh, there's a house that was for sale. It can be hard to spot the house numbers on some of these. And just over here we get a glimpse of a few buildings popping out of the north end of downtown. So I think I should be going right on one of these next streets. Oh, look at that. Really grand looking house with those pillars. There used to be a pedestrian bridge connecting Glen Road. Over the ravine to downtown. That is being reconstructed. All right, maybe we'll go north here. This is Glen Road, actually. Didn't really recognize it with everything being blocked off. Haven't been through here in a while. I will say it's immensely nicer walking through this neighborhood at this time of year versus the summer, where anytime there's daylight, you're pretty much met with a chorus of landscaping machinery buzzing. That's true of the Bridle Path and Forest Hill as well. There's even some semis. So we made it back to South Drive. I could go straight and head over that overpass. And to the north of here, up on Summerhill Avenue, there's an interesting little row of shops in the midst of all this development, or residential development. That street says no exit, but look at that interlocking brick. This would be a nightmare if you're on like a skateboard, inline skates, or an e-scooter. They've got a parking pad. They probably had to apply for a permit for that. It's worth mentioning this is the Canadian Thanksgiving long weekend. But this is the house here that caught my eye. That is crazy. Sure don't build them like that anymore. May Square. Well, it said no exit. Private drive. Looks like it's blocked. Oh well. You've got an intercom at each gate. Number 2. I think Rosedale's quite known for its quiet streets. I think the hilly terrain and winding roads certainly contribute to that. Rosedale discourages through traffic with this very suburban-like layout. Although these streets were laid out way before most modern suburbs came along with their nonsensical street designs. Designed to make things convenient by car, but inconvenient by foot or bicycle. It's interesting how these two homes link up. Their garage is right there. The street here is Dunbar. All right, where do I want to go here? I think you want to go right. If memory serves me correct, I've gone both ways before. It's a bus stop for the 82. So to say, there's not a whole lot of Halloween spirit showing here. And I walk around the corner. These inflatable, whatever you call them, so become quite popular at Halloween and Christmas time. So this is going to take us over Mount Pleasant Road in a minute or two. Looks like someone's looking in there. Oh.
Aren't they great?
Well, I love it when people put this much effort into it.
I do too.
Have to come back at Christmas.
Okay, there we are.
There you go. That's what we have to look forward to, isn't it?
That's right.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a really neat home. Hey, we found a home for sale. Oh, it's a unit in this condo. It's the Rosedale Moore Park Community Association. Moore Park, it's another affluent neighborhood just to the north of Rosedale. And just to the west of it, and on the other side of Yonge Street, is Summer Hill. There's Mount Pleasant. I could take that straight north up to Midtown, more or less. And in the direction the camera's pointing, there's a whole big pocket of Rosedale worth exploring. I probably won't get to it on this one. I've been through there in prior videos. Free. Don't even know what it is. So Rosedale Station is actually straight ahead on this street. Maybe we'll turn up to my favorite street in the neighborhood. So I mentioned I had friends that once lived here in a basement apartment. They were on this street, Wrentham, right at the corner of Wrentham and Roxbury. I remember coming over and helping them move. And this is where they lived. We're parking in here. Apparently the owner's kid was moving into the basement. There's some good driving. Can't stop behind the line, can't stop at all. Can't stay to the right of the yellow line, can't use their indicator. Apparently that's par for the course. Here's Chestnut Park. We've got these beautiful old street lamps. I always find myself getting sucked into walking through here. It's just such a nice part of Rosedale. Not that any parts are not nice. There's a large park with a tennis club called Rosedale Park, but that is, I think, to the northeast of here. Hey, we found a house for sale. '77 Chestnut Park. Let me pop that into Google quickly. Realtor.ca. 14,995,000. Whew. Single family, 3 stories. Annual property taxes, $55,000. That's more than the average annual salary of someone in this city. Time on Realtor, 13 days. 4 wood-burning fireplaces. And I think it was one of these homes over here that was $16,500,000 in a prior video. Got this nice interlocking brick sidewalk here. Now you're on a fancy street when the preeminent real estate firm in the entire area is named after the street. Sign there says no trespassing. Probably it's a house being renovated. And this is considered a garden suburb. It was one of the first garden suburbs in North America. It was designed to incorporate the natural landscape, which is what led to this looping street design. It wasn't laid out to foil people walking around a neighborhood and taking their bikes like modern suburbs. That is literally the reason why housing developments in suburbia are Just have such nonsensical and outright stupid layouts. They don't want you to get from point A to point B without driving a car. You can thank the auto lobby for that. That was kind of when the flight from the cities to the suburbs was created, right around the time the automobile industry was booming. These aren't just conspiracy theories, it's also when a lot of trams and transit systems were degraded. General Motors played a huge role in that. This is a suburb from before that time. Designed to be both urban yet incorporate the surrounding green space. That's why the lots for such big homes are relatively tightly packed together. Something you don't really see in Forest Hill, and certainly not the Bridle Path. And most of these homes, the older ones, have a historical designation. The landscaping on that one is gorgeous. I think even former Prime Minister William Lyon Mackenzie lived in Rosedale. Wow, some of these trees are stunning right now. Look at that. Thumb your noses at the rich all you want, but some of them have really nice taste, I would think. Or would it be the rich thumbing their nose at me? I don't know. I'll fight anyone telling me this isn't one of the most beautiful streets in Toronto. As the subway rumbles by, pointing the camera the wrong way. There's the Yorkville skyline popping up. That's the Four Seasons Hotel in the center. And straight ahead is Rosedale Station, and I basically have two options. I could go right over to Yonge Street, or we could go left a ways over to Cluny Drive, I think. Maybe I'll just go take a look at Yonge Street. A lot of the retail in this area kind of reflects the affluent nature of the surrounding neighborhoods. But this is southbound Yonge. It's a park across the street. Royal College of Dental Surgeons of Ontario.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Sounds like a train is just rolling in. It's the train I want, but I just missed it. Well, goodbye train and goodbye viewers. I hope you enjoyed this walk through Rosedale from Castle Frank to Rosedale Station in the fall. Do let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do on YouTube, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. And there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, I'm just going to talk right through this TTC announcement. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink!